What up? So, I was thinking about guys who are at a sticking point. And I'm not talking about a sticking point that's like a week or two where it's just, oh, I need to get a little bit better at this, a little more comfortable, whatever. I'm talking about guys who they have been in the same spot for 6 months or a year or 2 years. And they've either not made progress or made very minimal progress. And one thing that all these guys have in common is they are refusing to do something. All right. Notice how I said refusing to do something. It's not that there's something that they need to change that they don't know about. It's that they know they should change it. They're aware of it. Or not necessarily that they should change it, but they know that if they did this thing or made this change, it would greatly increase their results. Okay? You don't not get better at something for that long accidentally, or you just not knowing what the problem is. All right? So I'm going to give a couple examples. So the first one, and this is honestly probably the most common, is fitness. So they're either underweight or overweight. There are guys who I told 6 months or a year or 2 or 3 years ago, hey, you need to gain weight. You're too small. That is like the number one priority. You're too small. Not only is it not attractive just on a physical visual level, but women just don't feel safe around you. They know that you couldn't protect them if something happened. Hold on, big truck. All right. So I've had guys who are underweight, and I tell them, you need to get bigger. Like, not only will you girls will see you as more attractive and they'll feel safe around you, but it will also fix inner game stuff. People think that those are so different. If you are bigger and you know you can handle yourself more, you're just stronger, you will feel more confident because you can handle yourself better in the world. You will be able to physically see, oh, I'm bigger than these other people. I'm more in shape. So stuff like that can actually help with your inner game as well. I've also told guys who are overweight, whenever someone contacts me for coaching, I always tell them, hey, send me a couple pictures. And some of these guys are 20, 30, 40, however many pounds overweight. And I say, we can't start coaching. You have to lose weight first. And they'll say, okay, well, is there still anything I can do while blah, blah, blah? And I tell them, well, yeah, you could, but you're just not going to get any results. There's no point. I want to start you off on a good foot. And then they're like, okay, well, yeah, I'll message you after I lose the weight. I've actually even made workout and diet plans for a couple of them. And now it's been 6 months, a year, however long, and they haven't come back. But some of these people will still be talking about, oh, why is my conversion rate so low? Like, so many girls have boyfriends. It's weird. Oh, why are no girls responding to my texts? And they keep trying to work on the game stuff and not focus on the one thing they know they should work on. Now, I know there's a lot of internal stuff that comes with it. You know, I'm just going to use, the example of the underweight and overweight. There's a whole bunch of different things people can be insecure about, obviously. But, they think they shouldn't have to change it. They think girls should like them for insert whatever reason and not some physical reason. Or sometimes it's even about if they start gaining muscle, they will have to accept that who they are at their base form is not good enough. Like, well, no, I need to prove that I can do it who I am. I'm not below average. I don't have a disadvantage. But that's just not a realistic way of looking at it. All these people they are actively avoiding and actively ignoring the thing that they know they have to do. And because of it, they're not moving on and they're not improving. There's a couple other ones. So that's the biggest one. There's a couple other ones. There's some guys who they only approach women and that's their only social life. They don't have social skills outside of that. And so they kind of come across as weird. There's certain things that you cannot learn as far as like from a social skill standpoint from only approaching women. There's just certain things you won't develop, certain calibrations and all that stuff. You will just come across as weird. And so I'll tell these guys, hey, dude, actually, you need to go out and actually talk to people. Like your tonality and everything like that. Like I can tell just that you don't talk to people a lot. And then they'll ask, okay, how do I fix the tonality to make it sound like blah, blah, blah? No, just go out and actually talk to people. And then they never do it. And then they're still weird and all this other stuff. So I could give a whole bunch of different examples. I think you get the overall gist. What I'm saying is, if you're watching this video and you have been stuck for an extended period of time, I'm not even saying figure out the thing you need to change. I guarantee you know the thing that you should change. I guarantee you've thought about it a whole bunch. I guarantee you've maybe even kind of started to like kind of do it a little bit, but then you're like, oh no, that's too hard, or oh, I shouldn't have to do this, or well, that's not me. That's not my personality, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just making this video to let you know that that thing you're actively avoiding, that is the thing that's holding you back. If there's a change that you need to make and you think it'll take too long or it's too hard, if it's required, then it's never too long. Okay? There's not a quicker way to do it. Taking that long period of time is the faster way because it's required. All these guys who I'm talking about, where we'll just use the overweight, underweight thing, several guys, I told them this at least a year ago. A whole bunch of guys I've told 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 years ago. And 1 or 2 or 3 years later, they are no farther. So they could have taken that year, lost or gained the weight, then continued approaching, gotten awesome results, been fucking girls for an entire year, got sick of it, took a 6-month break, then started approaching again, got a girlfriend, broke up with her after 6 months, and they would be right where he is right now after 3 years. There's so... All right, I'm going to get on a freaking tangent. You guys get the overall gist of what I'm trying to say, all right? I know I'm a little bit rambling. This is kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, but I'll just reiterate. If you're at a sticking point, okay, you don't need to explore new options and all this new game stuff and blah, blah, blah. Just look at the things you already have thought about improving or changing, and I guarantee one of those is the thing you should really be focusing on. All right, that's it.